guys, you have jobs. For me, this is a calling. I'll figure out a way. And figure out a way I did. Here I am, having a bigger team, bigger and stronger. Does that mean the challenges have ended? No. But we are in a much, much better place. So my encouragement to you also is, challenges will come. So the question is, will you give up or step up? And whether it's in work or personal life, choose to step up no matter what. And keep going. And God will show you the next way possible. So I want to share with you a couple of tips moving forward. So clarity means, are you super clear about what you want come 2020? Meaning not just some more money, but how much money? Not I want to get married, but to what kind of man or what kind of woman? Because some people say, for me, what I want is a nice lady. What is nice lady? For me, what I want is a nice man who cares for me. But what does caring mean? What does nice mean? All I want is a bigger and better paying job. What does better paying mean? Better paying might mean generation with benefits. So clarity, if you're super clear, and then once you're clear, you also have to, so it means you're specific, and ideally it is written. There's something powerful about writing. Even the Bible talks about, I believe it's the book of Habakkuk, where it says, write your vision on the tablet. You remember that? Those of you who have read the Bible. It talks about writing the vision on the tablet. Is it in the book of Habakkuk? Someone like that. So, but I believe it's the book of Habakkuk. So you write it down. But clear means, so for example, you go to your boss for a salary raise. How much salary raise? Or I need more respect. How much respect is that? So clarity means you're as specific as possible. You know, when we are being told about project planning and all, they talk about SMART goals. So you have to also be smart in your personal life. And when we say clarity, also talk about the different areas of your life. So if I were to coach you, which are part of what I do, is I would ask you to make sure that you're very clear in different areas of your life. Health, spirituality, career, business. It may not be business, but let's call it wealth. Family, contribution, mental growth. You will also need your own goals related to mental growth. Then once you're done with clarity, you need what we call concentration. And concentration will really mean you focus on a few areas to be successful. You can't be all over the place. Ever had that for you, do everything. And the last thing you want to be is to become an expert of everything. Hopefully they were just joking. Concentration. So I will tell you from a personal experience, there are people who have met me a couple of years ago, including Johnson here. He said, the time I met you, it's like told me, I came in my wife's car and said, I didn't know, last time we met was, you were driving a Subaru. But Subaru, that was a couple of years ago. But still, what I was doing then, I'm still doing the same thing. Now, I may have expanded to do other things. I appear on TV, I write in the papers, but still it's the niche of transforming lives and organizations. Are we together? So I've concentrated on that. There are people who saw me. Recently I was speaking at an event of Standard Chartered Bank and KCCA. So this other gentleman who is the head of HR, I forget what his name is. The name will come. He said, I met you when I was at UTL. Now UTL, I last spoke to them in 2004 or 5 as head of HR. But I'm still in the same reign. Now, what does it mean for you? So for you, you can say, in the next 3 years or next year, this is what I'm going to concentrate on improving. I'm going to concentrate on improving my report writing skills. I'm going to grow as a cartographer in the next 5 years. I want to be one of the best cartographers in Uganda or in the region. So that's what I want to become one of the best of the best. But I can't be a cartographer, then monitoring and evaluation. Now I've heard that there is money in writing. Let me switch and now go into farming. So there are people, every time I meet them, I ask them, so what are you up to now? Am I communicating? So the last thing that you want to see happen is for you not to be known for anything. Now, I'm not saying you can only just do one thing and that's it, but I'm saying where you can put most of your attention. And each year, when we say, if you really want the next year to be successful, focus on a few goals. What I usually advise people is, if you break down the year into 4 quarters, let's say this is quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. So you can say quarter 1, this one I'm going to concentrate upon. Quarter 2, I'll concentrate on this, quarter 3, and this, quarter 4 on this. Now, say that at the end of the day, you have 4 goals. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, we can put some of this. Thank you, sir. We can put. So, when you have 4 goals, then your energy is not all over the place. Because when you have like 12 goals, then you may end up all over the place and then you divert your focus or your concentration. Am I communicating? So you'd rather by the end of 2020, you say, this is what I focused upon and this is what I managed to achieve, these 4 goals. So when you concentrate, say, on 4 goals, you increase your chances for success at a much higher level than pursuing 12 other goals out there. How many of you follow what I'm talking about? Are you following? Does this make sense to you? Okay, excellent. So, and it is the same thing with your career. Focus on a few things. You say, I'm going the Ministry of Lands, I want to be known for these 2 things. Or this one thing. And I know the latest trends, whether the third seat, but it's a good thing to have. I liked how you are dancing, so don't take it from. Yeah, good dancer, great dancer. So once you're clear and then you concentrate, then there's the other C you need to, this other last one, I'll tell you what it is. I think that's where I should start with first, the last part. Courage / confidence. And then this other C is about consistency. There's a lady in our neighborhood, about 8 years ago, she'd wake up every morning. Never would be going to work, would see her walking. She was a bit overweight, so she would just walk. And every morning, would see her walking. Towards the end of the year, if you had seen her just at the beginning and then at the end, the before and after picture, you wouldn't believe. You said this lady was on diet. But what the lady was doing was walking. Every single morning. Consistency. What does that mean? You see, there are people like, now the year started, they go to the gym, they pump iron like for 2 hours non-stop. They leave their muscles are paining. Then they wait towards the end of, after 2 months later, they go again. Now I'm committed. Now I'm going. They go, they work like say for 2 or 3 days. They're like, now I'm serious. Then they switch off. Then they wait for 3 weeks or 3 months later, they go back. Now, and then the Saturday will say, these things of gym don't work. No, they work. The question is what? The question is consistency. Are you consistent? Someone was telling me that any business can work so long as you follow the right principles and you're consistent. Any business can work. But if you follow the right principles and you are what? Consistent. Because how many of us, you go to a restaurant, they have just opened, the customer service is excellent, everyone is paying attention. You go there, 2 months later, and the customer service is different. And then you change shop. Has that ever happened to anyone? Yeah. It's just lack of consistency. So you're coming at work early this time around, 3 months later, are you coming early? Your reports, can we count on you that you'll be there on time? That the reports will be consistent. So how do you become consistent? You become consistent by doing 2 things. 1, create a routine or schedule. Say for me, like one part of my routine now, every Monday at 6 p.m. I go for a dance fitness class. Why do I do dance fitness? It is a mixture of fun and fitness. That's part of my routine. It is scheduled. The second thing you can do around consistency is to make a public pronouncement and find a partner that you can commit to. So every Thursday, if I don't do blank, I'll pay you this amount of money. Then they will keep you and push you to be accountable to that. So that's one of the two. And then the third one that you can do is, if you hire a coach, like me, for example, then every time we meet, I'll ask you, you promised to do ABCD, did you? Now, if you're paying me, you're going to follow through and do that. No, we are fine, we are okay. Are you sure? Yes. Huh? The moment they say, meeting closed, now meet that guy, that fellow, by the way, I wasn't agreeing. You don't agree with those things. It's because now this fellow you're talking to, what's your name, sir? Alex. This Alex you're talking is not going to help you. But what did you lack? Courage and confidence. So here's the deal. When I talk about confidence, I mean your belief in yourself and abilities. But the thing with confidence for us single men, a lady from a distance, she will smell confidence or fear. Even before you open your mouth, she will smell it. Because even the way you'll be walking, he's calculating, done. The lady has smelled you from she might even seem like she's on the phone, but she has already sensed. It's like, this one, no go area, loser, out. What does it mean what are some of the things you can do to boost your confidence? Number one, build your abilities, learn skills. There are two websites I highly recommend you check out. They have really good courses which you can access for free. Coursera.org. Anyone who has access to that website? Anyone? Coursera. Wow. Then the other one is edx.org. Coursera.org has thousands and thousands of courses. Most of them are for free, others are for payment. The second, EDX has some of the best universities in the world. Harvard University, MIT, Oxford. They have some of the best courses. There are some professors who offer this. You tell the world who you are. So bro, when you have more abilities, then your confidence will be boosted. Secondly, take some risks. Do something new, something different. Don't do the same thing over and over again, and that's all you know. You eat the same food, you talk to the same people, you come to office at exactly the same time, and you leave the office at exactly the same time, and we even know what you put on Friday, and we know what you put on Monday, and we know that's it. You speak to a certain group of people, and that's it. You're not, consistency, don't put it out of context, boss. Okay? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with you having a certain couple of friends, but expand. So I was sharing with my coaching client, she works with UNHCR in Ethiopia, and I was sharing with her saying, look, what you're doing at the moment, this is your circle of confidence, things you're already doing. Now, to expand your circle of confidence, you need to do things outside your comfort zone. Just go greet a stranger if you're uncomfortable with greeting strangers. Then over time, this becomes your new circle of confidence over time. At first, it will be uncomfortable. And then, so what I advise people, for example, for public speaking, and the trick also is take baby steps. If you want to speak to 1,000 people, don't go look for 1,000 people and go there. I want to speak to 1,000 people, that's my dream. My friend, you will collapse in front of people. So speak to 10, then 100. Once you become comfortable with 100, go speak to 300. Once you become comfortable with 300, then you can speak to 1,000. Does this make sense? So you keep stretching over time. Now, let me talk about you now as an individual. The things that I see that hold people back from progressing. Number one is people thinking that you are your job description. They say, for me, that's not part of my job description. Wrong mentality. Your current job description is minimum expectation. If you really want to grow and expand, just be ready to be of service. I'm a Rotarian, just like my sister there. And in Rotarians, we talk about service above self. So you have to be willing to serve beyond your current job description. Number two, The other mentality I see that hold people back is assuming this is the boss, our boss, Mr. Hogan, Douglas. Assuming this is your boss, there are two kinds of people. One class of people has a problem, says, Douglas, I have a problem. What is the problem? And I sort it out, then off you go. The second time you come, Douglas, I have a problem. Just sorts it out, off you go. Now the third time when he sees you from a distance, he's going to ask, what is the problem? Again. Why? Because now every time he sees you, there is a what? A problem. In other words, he sees a problem in motion from a distance coming. And therefore, you are a burden to that person. They see problems. Now, but there is another class of people, and those are solutions experts. That's why I had to give you a chocolate sweet. So the part B samples comes, Douglas, there's this challenge, but these are the three options of thinking about on how I can go about it. Why do you say this? Option A, B, and C. What is your advice on this? Then, you're not pestering Douglas to think from scratch. You're just enabling him to make a choice, because that is much easier. So now in the future, every time he sees you, he sees someone who thinks, who comes up with solutions. You're a solutions expert, not a problem statement expert. So I'd like to encourage you, if you really want to progress, whether in life or in your career, become a solutions statement expert, not a problem statement expert. Am I communicating? So, because the good news is you're all educated, you're all smart, use your brains. Use your brains, I can't emphasize that enough. The third key that I see for people is, especially in government, that holds people back is thinking, my job doesn't pay me enough. If only I was paid more money. Just like those people in KCCA, for example. How those who work? No, you didn't know how much money. I would also work. They are motivated. But with this money, they will even see someone who's working super hard and say, Omanyi kirachi, Sarapresa, Chichi, Kamiro, Chichi, relax. Huh? Gabi? Yes, Gabi. Hey, Sarapresa, So now all of a sudden, the person who is working hard is seen as a threat. So like we are going to expose your inefficiencies. And you will start discouraging them and wanting to step onto them. But I would also like to suggest this. That mentality of if I was paid more, I would work harder is a wrong mentality. It's the other way around. You work harder and smarter and become more attractive, then opportunities will look for you to pay you more. But the moment you have the mentality of if only I was paid more, I would work harder, then that mentality will keep working poorly and you will cross over, you apply for another job. Part of what we do is recruitment. I also prepare people on how to succeed in their interviews. Guess what they will call? They will call your supervisor. So and so applied. What do you have to say? Now, if you're the type of, if I was paid more, I would work harder. They will say, that one, take him on or take her on your own risk. And you lose out. So what does this mean for you and I? It means to honor your job, your opportunity, and work as hard and as smart as humanly possible to build your personal brand. Not to work for someone else, but to work for you to build your own brand. I have a friend, one of our senior consultants, Ambrose Chibukas, made a statement that stuck with me. He said that your current job is the best marketing opportunity you have. Hello? Am I communicating? Yeah. Because I'll tell you, people are watching. In this group here, your neighbor might laugh, but they know whether you're serious or unserious. True or false? True. So now the same person is going to be called for a job, let's say at World Bank, and they go in. They say, hey, do you know of another expert in cartography who can help us with this? And someone will know you and they want to recommend you because they don't want to spoil their name. They're like, that one, if I recommend him, I'll be in trouble. Hello? Are we together? Yeah. His people are watching. You reap what you sow. And the other thing is, please be positive. Be positive in your work. Have a positive attitude. Some people start talking and saying things like, they start literally despising their current jobs. And I would like to suggest this. Since 1998, since 2008, since the credit crunch, the world economy has had some turbulence. So we've had situations whereby, as we speak, I've made a lot of money. Organizations calling us to prepare people for their exit, especially in the development agency world. Highly skilled people. You remember Grameen Foundation? So why am I saying this? My friend, I am very aware that government does not pay a lot of money. That one I'm very aware. But let me tell you also another thing. It is very hot out there. If you have a job, thank God, even if it is paying you 200,000 shillings. Please, thank God. There are PhD holders on the streets as we speak right now. True or false? True. Are there people who have even double the education that you have and they are struggling to get into the ministry and they have failed? Are they there? Yeah. Yes or no? Many. Very many. So I'm telling you, what you're calling a poor job, poor pay, someone is spending overnight after overnight. We're dancing about party after party. There are people who it is overnight after overnight after overnight. They are praying for a job as we speak. And they are praying for your job. And they have more skills, more abilities. So the point I'm saying is, once you have the opportunity, thank God. I'm not saying you shouldn't ask for more, but first do what? Thank God. And don't take it for granted. What I mean by take it for granted, for some of us who sit on interviews, you tell a person, this job is a lot of pressure and stress. Can you handle it? They're like, yeah, I can handle anything. I can sure, yeah. Once they get the job, like, I thank God I got the job with the ministry. Who am I? To get the job. Hallelujah. Amen. God is good. And all the time. Wow. You ask them, how is work? Wonderful. 6 months down the road, how is work? There. How is work? That boss of ours, it is hell, it is stress. And what's amazing, the people are complaining, but they are not leaving. So now what was an opportunity becomes a stress factor. So when you don't have a job, you're stressed. You get the job, you get stressed. You don't have a job, you complain to God. You get a job, then you complain to God. So what do people really want? So the point I'm making is, let's maximize what we have. Don't take it for granted. Work. Please work. You have to show God that you have outgrown the opportunity that you have. If you are not a great steward of what you have here, why should God open a door for you in World Bank or UN? Why? If you've misused what you have now. God is watching. God is watching. And the people are also watching. You might think you're being smart. No, you're doing yourself a disfavor. Every time you cut corners, you're short-circuiting your career. You're short-circuiting your future. Someone, somewhere knows. And definitely, God knows. So all I'm saying is, when you have an opportunity, maximize it. Do the best that you can. Upgrade your skills. Stop this mentality. We finished the books. No, what do you mean you finished the books? There's so much to learn out there. But do it for you. Build your own brand. Be known. such that you become the go-to person. When they send experts requiring someone about what you're doing, they say, talk to Douglas. Talk to Douglas. Want anything done? Talk to Douglas. Hopefully you are such a performer. Otherwise, more than that, you had better be. But at least the show looks nice. So the thing is, be positive. And the two closing ideas. One is, be positive. There are people, they are always looking for what is not working. You don't send them for a retreat, they complain. You bring them for a retreat like here, now what are we doing here? You take them to the poor place, they complain. Bring them to a nice place here, like, hey, but now surely, all this money. Hey, I wish they had given us our own money. You know, as our own Christmas package, things. You don't greet them that guy is badly behaved. You greet them, what does he want? But when you come from a mentality of looking for what is working, look at this lady, what's your name? Sharon. You say, Sharon, what works in Sharon? What makes her tick? So like Sharon's supervisor should be asking, what works in Sharon? How can I maximize her strengths and gifts? Not what is lacking in Sharon. Let's start looking at each other that way. We look for what makes her tick. You may not like her sitting style, but find something positive about her. Maybe it's the hairstyle, and celebrate the hairstyle. But the ministry, the people, they are always looking for something. What is going on? It is trouble. Me, I knew it wouldn't work. They go here. I know. Many government to be with you. You don't know government. Me, I gave up. They are looking for stories. And that also means that you start paying attention to your language. You speak a language of possibility. You ask, how are you? Trouble. How are you? We are struggling. How are you? Things are hard. How are you? Things are difficult. How are you? Things are byaganye, byayanga, whatever language you may think about. Have a language of positivity and possibility to know that it will be there. And I want to conclude by saying this. You know, earlier I was doing some reflections in the morning about life and what can be and what cannot be. But when I listen, having spoken different government departments and units, there's something else I'm hoping that we stay clear of. This business of pulling people down. I don't know what it is about government. Even in the private sector, it is there, but in government, it's one of the biggest diseases. You see someone getting closer to the boss, then someone starts spreading rumors. That one, I know, I see him, I saw him taking a bribe. I swear to you, I swear, I didn't take a picture, but I saw with my 3 eyes. He's looking for a way to make sure that that person is down. But I have to warn you, please mark my words. In Uganda, they're saying, Okayada, Kadada. If you're strategizing to pull her down, true, she may go down, but I can guarantee you, your coming down will be even much worse. If you focus on pulling other people down, the world will also pull you down. In case you're doubting, I want to give you a clue that all of us can relate to. Has it ever occurred to you that in government, say people in power who create laws to muzzle or to pain those who are against them, has it ever occurred to you that those who create those negative laws, they end up being the victims? Less victims or much bigger victims? Much bigger victims. That's how the world works. So you put whatever you put in good. Whatever you put in, you get 10 times back. Just remember that. The world operates like that. So be very careful about how you operate. And then also, I want us to think that it's the value you create in you and around you that actually attracts the money. Because some people think that money is the ultimate end. No, it is the value you bring to the marketplace. And the more value you create at the Ministry of Lands, then by law, you will outgrow that place. Either you'll be fired or someone will hire you from there. That I can. Now some people say, Ethan, you're telling us to be excellent, to do these things, that then the world will support us and be great, but I will tell you something. And then they say, but I know someone who did this and they did A, B, C, D, and G, and they were fired. Or they were victimized. And therefore the world is unfair. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that? Yes or no? Okay. This is what I've been preaching the last 5 or 6 years. I strongly believe from my heart of hearts, and I know this to be factual, that if you are excellent, you work hard, you are truthful, you are honest, you're always doing the best of the best, you're always upgrading your skills to add value where you are at. If someone stands in your way or blocks you or kicks you out, and that I sometimes see happen in government, if they are not smart enough, somebody, sometime, one time, one day, somehow, will give you a call and say, how much were you being paid, or how much are you being paid? The world is fair, ladies and gentlemen. That's the philosophy I buy. If you keep doing great things will finally come to you. The problem is, I believe that God's delays are not his denials. Just because it hasn't happened now, does not mean it will not happen in the future. If you keep sowing good seeds of teamwork, of excellent service, of hard work, of adding value, and that's your mentality, trust me, one day, someday, it will happen for you. The world is fair. That's all you can do. You don't have control over how this man will treat you, but you have control over how you treat your job, how you will respond, whether you're spoken to badly or nicely. Let me speak to the supervisor. Please, give these people encouragement. Don't only show your authority when they have made a mistake. When they do something good, congratulate them, thank them. But part of what I hear most people complain about is that managers and supervisors and leaders don't appreciate them. So please appreciate these people. Even if they do 8 things wrong and they do the other 2 right, celebrate the 2, then correct them on the 8. And let's also give people the right feedback. Let's give people feedback to lift them up, not to crush them, not show them how wrong they are, and to crush their spirits. So, my dear friends, I'm encouraging you that when you go back to these C's, that you remember your life 2020, you focus on these 4 C's. And you can also apply it in your personal life and in your career. But have faith, be focused, work hard, be excellent, do good wherever you are. Be excellent wherever you are, add value wherever you are, and do whatever it takes to add value. So the place where you are at is more positive because you are there. When you have a natural gift or talent, when you develop it, then it becomes a strength. That what you don't use, you lose. So, yes, it's a gift, but guess what? I've been working on it. And I've also earned from it and impacted lives from it. So I believe if you can use your gift to impact lives and earn from it, that becomes a fulfilling life.